Aloha and welcome to Knitted Paradise, where the needles are clicking and the yarn is squishy. My name is Lucia. You can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Pearl of the Pacific. You can find the podcast on YouTube or on my website, which is pearlofthepacific.info, or in the Ravelry group, which is Knitted Paradise Podcast. I post the video and show notes in all three places, so it's most convenient for you. It's as easy as copy and paste for me, so I decided to just make it easier for all of you to get to all the things. All right, well, happy Sunday. Today's March 22nd. It is gloriously sunny outside. It's not particularly warm. I think we're supposed to get some snow tomorrow, but at least it's sunny, so I'm excited about that. And let's see, below the conch shell, there aren't a whole lot of things. There's still the YarnCon Gnome Knit-Along that I mentioned last week, and I'll put a link again in the show notes for you to check that out. It's a knit-along that Mochi Land is doing, and I'll just post a link to their website. They've got all of the information. I talked more about it last week, so I won't talk again about it this week for a long time. On the island, I have the same two things I had last week, and they're still not done. It's okay. I have the Vanilla Latte socks, which are by Virginia Rose Jeans in Sweet Georgia Yarns Tough Love sock in the colorway Bison. Ta-da! And get the toe straightened out here. They're coming along quite nicely. I love, the sun is making the tonal browns really pretty. And I've started the cuff, which is just a 1x1 ribbing. And I could probably end it here, but I've got a tiny bit more yarn left over. As I said last week, I usually go to where the pattern meets the start of the toe there. So here, I'll kind of see if I can show this properly. So you can see I folded it over at the heel here, just kind of generally, and I moved that out of the way. Where the pattern on the toe starts is about where the pattern on the leg ends, and that's generally how I do it. And then the cuff is often the same length as the toe, and with this I'll probably go a little bit longer. It's funny because when you look at cuffs, I'm in the middle of around here, but when you look at cuffs all bunched up like this, they look kind of tall. And as soon as you stretch them out, they tend to not look as tall. So I often make them taller than you would think. And that tends to work out. So that is those, and they'll probably be done today, if not in the next couple days. I just have a little bit of yarn left. Enough that I'll be fine to do a few more rounds and then bind off. The other thing is the Lintillia by Martina Behm out of Three Irish Girls Adorn sock in a colorway that's designed by Stephen West that I don't know the name of. And it is a tangled mess here. All right, so I have started. What is going on? Am I in the middle? Gosh, I'm in the middle of the round here too. Oh, it's because of the short rows. Okay, so I can kind of still show this. There we go. Okay, so here it is. Ta-da! So you start on the end. It's kind of worked on the bias. So you start here, and then you work along until you get to, where is it? Here. And then you start the ruffle border that is knit on. So I've done quite a bit of the knit border. Remember last week I had just ripped out the knit on border because I was going to run out of yarn. And what I ended up doing was ripping out a repeat. I did decide to do that. So I ripped out a repeat and went from there. So as you can see, I'm working on knitting this on. And I've got a little bit more. She says to go till there are a certain number of stitches left, so I've put a stitch marker there so I know when I'm there. So I've got a little bit more to do because you do to create the ruffles, you do some short rows, and then you join it with the body, and then you do some more short rows, and then you just join it with the body. So this is probably like 3 or 4 repeats here, even though it doesn't look like very much, but there's, you know, 3 or 4 things of short rows in there. So I've just finished a thing of short rows, and I'm about to knit on some more, like knit straight basically, and knit on some more of the body. So that is where that is at, and that will also probably be finished very shortly. Figure out what's going on with this yarn is all tangled up. There we go. Okay, I think I figured it out. Ta-da! Okay. A little more complicated than I want it to be, but that will probably be done today or in the next couple days. And I'm glad I ended up ripping it out, because this is about where I was when I started the border last time. Or no, I had a little bit more, but this was, yeah, because there's some still a little waviness in here. So some of that was still from what I ripped out from the border. So I'm glad I did that, and it will turn out much better. And I won't be worrying so much about running out of yarn. So those are the only 2 things on the needles this week. I mean, I have lots of other things on the needles, but those are the 2 things that got attention, because they were the easiest to kind of throw in my bag and take with me. Let's see, set sail, obviously nothing, because I showed the Lego last week. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I joined the pet shop to the apartment house thing that came with it, and then I joined it to the Parisian restaurant, and then, oh, you're gonna hand it to me. And then they got a little visitor. Hold on, let me get him straightened out here. They got a little visitor from the Lonely Mountain. Smaug came to visit. I can't even do the Smaug voice. I'm not even gonna try. I am fire. I am death. Okay, that's my best Smaug voice. That is pretty bad, but whatever. You get the idea. So this is the new Lego Smaug. Ta-da! In all his glory. And his tail moves around, which I think is really fun. Whoops! His tail also comes off. Sorry, Smaug. There we go. Okay. Yeah! So there's a lot of articulation in his tail. And the end part is rubbery, which I think I find kind of fun. His head also moves around. Hi-ya! So he can look at you. So this is Smaug. You can see is the one little spot there. So, and his wings fold in too, for when he's terrorizing people from the ground. So that's Smaug, little visitor for this week. Say bye. 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 That's okay. I'm just not gonna pretend like I can do the dragon voice anymore. Anyway, all right, let's move on. All right, from the mainland, I had an unexpected trip to a yarn shop near me, a little bit up north. My husband's vocal quartet was performing for a corporate party, which just happened to be right next to the yarn shop. How convenient. I run the sound for their vocal quartet, so I was there at the performance, and they were like, we had done all the setup, and then we were taking a break before the actual performance. I was like, I'm gonna run over to the yarn shop, because why not, right? I actually needed something, so it was convenient that there was a yarn shop right there. And I was very good. I only went in and I got what I needed, and I checked out and I left. I felt very proud of myself. There was lots of other pretty things that I could have bought, but I did not. I'm not really on a yarn diet, so it's not like I was really concerned. But this is what I got, and it is Cascade 220, and I'm just going to say this is like cobalt blue, otherwise known as TARDIS blue, for us Doctor Who fans, and light gray. They have numbers. I wound them yesterday because I'm going to cast on very soon, and I stuck the ball band in the middle, so I'm not going to dig it out and try to find the colorway names, but that is what I got. So those are going to become an INSULATE hat for a Doctor Who swap that I'm participating in on Instagram. So that's what I needed. So I needed TARDIS blue and some Dalek gray. There we go. So that's going to become a hat, the INSULATE hat, which has got Daleks on it, which is kind of fun. And it's a colorwork hat, which is why there are 2 colors. So that's what I got from the mainland, and special edition section this week from the islands. I actually got something from Hawaii this week. One of my coworkers, who's very, very jealous, went to Hawaii this week, or last week, because her husband was there for a conference, and so she went along. She's like, well, you're going to Hawaii. I'm coming too. I don't blame her. So she went to Hawaii, and she actually went to Big Island, my island, and she said, is there anything you want me to bring you back? And I was like, well, there's a lot of things I'd like you to bring me back, but, you know, there's only certain things you can bring me back. And one of my favorite things is papaya. I love papayas. When I'm home, I eat them every morning, sometimes multiple times a day. But the difference is that the papayas here are very different, and I can't even describe them. Like, they're just not the same at all, and so I don't like them here. I'm not saying that they're bad. They're just not what I know. So I told her that I would like some papaya, but I know she can't bring that because they won't let you take it out of Hawaii. So she brought me back the next best thing, which was papaya seeds. So I've got some seeds from the papaya. I'm really excited. So I looked up online how to grow these seeds, and I got a seed starter kit yesterday, and I'm gonna attempt to grow them. We'll see how it goes. But those are the seeds. That's what the papaya tree looks like, if you were wondering. I was talking to someone yesterday. They're like, what do papaya trees look like? That's what they look like. So obviously I'm not going to get papaya this year because they grow on a tree. So we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you updated on my papaya growing adventures. I've been known to have a non-green thumb. I wouldn't quite call it a black thumb, but I'm not the greatest at growing plants. Either I have fantastic luck or terrible failure. So I'm hoping that the papayas will be fantastic luck. We'll see. She also brought me back some like papaya scented like lotion and body wash and conditioner and shampoo and stuff. So I'm excited to keep those for my traveling. Could have used them when I went to Michigan last week because I realized I had used up all of my small shampoos. Luckily, we were in the car, so I just stopped somewhere and got some non-travel sized ones, and that worked out. But I'm excited to have those and try growing some papaya. So we'll see how that goes. So that was your special edition from the island section. I think that's it for now. I know this is really short. I will most likely be filming another section later, possibly, as I am about to leave to go hang out with one of my viewers, which I think is really awesome. She lives in one of the suburbs of Chicago, and she's coming up to meet me at the Baha'i House of Worship. Unfortunately, our choir is not singing today, contrary to my original thinking. I can't count Sundays. And so we're going to go for the 12:30 devotions. They always have music on Sunday, so we're going to go listen to the music of whatever they have picked out for this week. And hang out and knit a bit and talk about knitting, which will be really fun. So maybe I'll film a section with her. We'll see how things go. And maybe I'll come back later with finished socks and whatchamacallit, shawl thing. So, that's it for now. Have a great week. If I don't add anything after this, I'm thinking I'll add something after this, but I'm not entirely sure. So, have a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. So, hello everyone, and welcome back to Knitted Paradise. I'm here with Jamie, Hayes Mom 25, who I got to hang out with, and we visited the House of Worship, which is actually, that's a picture of it. That's not the actual thing. I just noticed it was behind us when we were setting up.
It's
so it's
gorgeous.
actually, it's down the street.
Oh my god, it's gorgeous. It's unbelievable.
It was really cool. So we got to listen to my friend Susan. She was the one. She actually works here as well.
Oh,
and
nice.
She was singing, and we got to listen to devotions, and then we had a very nice lunch. Talked about all sorts of things, and now we're actually at my office because it happens to be down the street from the House of Worship, and we thought we'd film a little bit. So I got to show her where I work. And, yeah.
And it's funny because the only reason why I'm here is because I watch her podcast. And I realized that we only live an hour away, and I was like, we should try to meet, get together, and talk about knitting, because I have no knitting friends. In my area, I don't know anyone that is...
It's really funny, because I have hardly any, like, in-person knitting friends.
Right. Only Ravelry knitting friends.
Yeah, I have, like, online knitting friends.
Yeah. And we were like, wait a second, and I'm so happy to know that she is as obsessed, if not more, really, than I am, and I've been knitting a lot longer than her. But you're so accomplished and you're a designer and everything, so that's different. But that it's just been so fun to be with somebody who shares the passion.
Yeah.
And then I'm on a podcast, so what the heck? That's kind of fun too.
So yeah, we were talking about podcasts earlier and how they really changed our whole perspective about knitting, and how some people, when they show their stash, make you feel a little bit better about your stash. Or make you a little jealous, maybe, of their stash. For me, it was just a way to connect with other knitters, because I don't have a knit night that I go to. I just have...
No, I don't either.
So having online knitting friends that I could connect to was really, really important to me. I mean, that's one of the reasons I started the podcast. It's like, I want to find a way to connect with people through knitting.
Well, now we have to have people from all over the area come to Chicago, and we can have a really, really great big get-together of crazy knitters and podcasters, and have just a big one.
I think like when I went to Stitches, I met up with, other podcasters from the area. Because the INSULATE girls, hello, Sarah and Christy, they live just south of the city, I think, too. They're somewhere in the area.
Right. Yeah.
And then Steve and Callie of Dramatic Knits are a little farther south of the city, but they're also in the area. So there's actually a fair amount of podcasters and yarn dyers. Like Sarah from Another Crafty Girl lives out west.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's some people I'm missing. So if you're in the area, I'm sorry that I've totally missed you. But
well, it's just neat to have the opportunity to meet you and talk to you
and
get
really
inspired
fun
by
to
you.
hang out.
I mean, she's the reason why I even started to knit socks. I was so inspired by you knitting your socks, and thought, I don't know. She's just so passionate about it. There's got to be something to it. And now
they're not as hard. Originally, when I heard that people knit socks, I thought, oh my god, those are so hard. And then I started knitting. I'm like, okay, they're not as hard as I thought.
No, they're not, and they are very addictive. Just like you said they would be.
Because they're really easy to take with you. Like, I have a set in my purse that I'm
and they feel so good on your feet. They're, like, unbelievable.
Yes, I'm wearing my sock design today.
Your socks are awesome.
And
nice.
this, I forgot to say earlier that I did a photography session yesterday with a friend of mine, and who has a camera, who knows what she's doing. This is why I was like, I'll knit you something if you take pictures of my stuff. That's how we worked it out.
That's good.
So we did photo session of the socks, and also some more pictures of the hat, cowl, and mitts. So the socks are a lot closer to coming out. My test knitters are closer to being done. I know some of them had questions about the heel, so I think we worked that stuff out. And a couple of them said they were going to finish up very soon. So that pattern will be released very soon.
I can't wait.
So Yes, Jamie's got a preview of the socks.
Yeah, they're great. They're just so great.
So I'm
They're
really
so great.
excited about them as well. But yeah, I'm wearing them today. I know you can't see them, but you know. They're very cool.
Fun stuff.
So,
Oh, this has been so nice. This has just been so
yeah.
great. I'm so happy that we got to do this.
I'm glad it worked out.
Oh.
Originally, she was going to come hear the choir, and then I realized the choir sings the first 3 Sundays, and this is the 4th Sunday. I can't count. I think I counted Saturdays, and there was like, this is the 3rd. Yesterday was the 3rd Saturday, and so for some reason I thought we were singing.
Yeah.
I'll come another time. I feel like I need a secretary to keep track of
I will come another time to hear you sing, though. We'll and then we'll go and on the stairs of the temple and knit.
Yes, so we'll have to do that.
Oh,
and when the garden, we'll have to wait till
the garden.
Today's a little chilly, but we can sit in the garden.
Chicago.
So we'll have to do. Maybe we'll do a whole podcast meetup, like people who live in the area come and like hang out and knit and talk. Yes. So we'll have to arrange that. Yeah. Oh, also Jamie gave me a great idea for a knit along, a yarn bombing knit along. So you get to. So that's gonna be coming up soon. So you get to use some of that crappy acrylic stash that I know we all have somewhere hidden in the depths of, you know, somewhere.
I yarn bomb my lamppost that's in front of our house for the seasons. I have a fall yarn bomb, and now I just finished the spring. And
she showed me pictures. It's really cool.
It's wonderful because it takes this black, ugly lamppost and turns it into something bright and fun, and people always know which house is mine, and it's a
good way to mark really your house. You know, it's like driving down the street, like, which one's yours? It's the one with the lamppost that's covered in yarn.
That's knit. It has a sweater on.
Yeah.
A very bright, colorful, long sweater.
So that's kind of fun.
It is
So
fun.
that's going to be coming up. So think of possible yarn bombing projects. It doesn't have to be a big one. I know some people do, like, gigantic
Could be a lampshade.
Yeah, lampshade. Or, like, I've seen some people do, like, a hat or a scarf or something for a statue. Or
yes.
Something really simple. So think about that. We'll get to that.
Or your car. Oh, yeah. People could come together and knit. Or crochet, I guess.
Yeah, crochet. Anything.
But
I don't crochet either, but you could.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I do when I
feel
have
better
to.
Because I feel like, you're supposed to do both.
I just knit. I don't spin. I don't crochet more than I have to.
Me too.
I mean, I have crochet hooks in my bags, which pretty much get used for... Fixing things, yeah. Picking up drop stitches, stuff like that. So, I'm really not... I've tried,
so
and I can't do it. You get used to the camera.
It's so funny.
The more you do it. In the beginning, you're really... and then you kind of get used to it. And you're like, oh, okay.
You're very good
Hi,
at it.
Guys!
Wow,
So,
this was fun.
This was fun. So I'll stick this at the end of what I recorded this morning. Before I left the house.
Who knew? I didn't know we were going to do this. Pretty nutty girl.
I sprung it on her. I'm like, hey, let's just put the thing on. And
okay, why not? It's fun. It's all
simple.
good.
So,
gotta have knitting love. Spread it.
Spread
it all over the world.
All right, well, we will say goodbye, and I've got to go take some food back to my hungry husband.
Yeah, and I got to pick mine up at the airport.
Yeah, so we got to go take care of the husband.
Yeah.
So, you all have a great week, and I will see you soon.
Mahalo.
Bye. Mahalo. Aloha.
Aloha.